Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis.
Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Here's Jackson.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Vikings nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Open man is Osborne. He's got him.
3 yards the gain there, second down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And this one is incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll try and throw for it here. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And some room to work. Touchdown, Vikings!
Well, the word with Dalvin Cook is explosiveness. I'm not sure there's anybody in the league that has the acceleration that he does, and he put it to good effect there.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
76 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
Ravens 14, Vikings 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They'll run on first down. Cook. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Vikings 7.
Cousins to throw it.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On first down, it's Cook. Finding some room at midfield. Oh, he shifts past him. And finally brought down at the 38.
102 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins now.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
Vikings 13. Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
offense set at the line for this next drive.
And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. First down and more for Jackson. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
Let's go!
A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, but frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing is Jackson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you got someone to tackle him.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 52 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
31, Vikings 13. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And this is something you don't see too much of. Fullbacks trying to stretch the field. But he does a nice job there getting lost out in space and comes up with a really nice gain.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Cousins. They'll roll him out right. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Again, it's Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A 1st down throw for Cousins. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Vikings! Tyler Conklin as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Cook, they'll try and run it. And he's going to get in for the 2 points, and that'll make this a 10-point game.
Vikings 21. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Duvernay now going to bring it out.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Justin Tucker kicking off for
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Do that again, baby. Do it again.
So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Ravens 38, Vikings 21. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook.
Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On second down, this is Madison. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On second down, it's Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run. Cook. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
From the 27, Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got a
Touchdown! That's caught at the 2. Cousins able to connect with Adam Thielen. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Cook, they'll try and run it.
And he'll get in for the 2 points, as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9.
Vikings 29. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the gun on third down, Jackson.
They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On second and 9, Jackson.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground. Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Cook. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
173 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Cook on the toss left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Give to Cook out of the gun. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson there to make the grab. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt.
Good routes here.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete. Interesting call there. They went for 2 even after the penalty from the 7-yard line. It didn't pay off.
I think the first thought is to go ahead and kick the extra point, but you're not kicking it from the 7-yard line.
Yeah,
right?
you get pushed 5 back on the PAT as well.
Right, so they have to take it from the 15 to administer the penalty. So now you're kicking it around 40 yards. So I understand why they probably went for 2 there. They thought they had a better play and a better chance in that situation.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Vigil in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Throwing now is Jackson. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Nick Vigil picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
My, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes,
You better have the emergency lever to pull.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook,
An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Sliding out of the pocket. First down and more for Jackson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
Here's Jackson.
Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity.